Hello and welcome to Lovely Day Knits. I'm Eleisha and here we chat all things knitting. Welcome back if you have been to this channel before. Thank you for joining me, or if you are new, hello, I'm Eleisha. I am a knitter from the east coast of Australia in a little town called Coffs Harbour, and I love knitting. I chat all things knitting. I live in a caravan out in the middle of nowhere on my parents' farm, and I have chickens and I have a cat. Sometimes they feature in my videos. I love doing vlogs and podcasts and knitting inspiration. So if any of that sounds pretty good to you, then you can hit the subscribe button and join on in. Today we just have a regular standard podcast. I feel like I need to do these a bit more regularly because I'd planned on doing them once a month. So I'm thinking every 2 to 3 weeks I might get one of these done because I do a lot of knitting. So I feel like I get a lot done, or I have a lot of whips at least. Today I'm drinking some rooibos vanilla tea and it is absolutely divine because it's winter here and I just needed a nice hot drink. So grab some knitting, grab a hot cuppa and let's get into it. So I've got 3 finished objects today and a few whips and a few acquisitions. I'm not going to go through, I do have like a lot of yarn coming. I'm not going to go through the yarn that has come. I think I'm going to do a separate video on my yarn haul and my plans for knitting with that yarn because it hasn't all arrived yet and it's a lot of wool, I feel like, and a lot of projects that I want to do. So it might just be a bit of a long video if I do that. So I will have a yarn haul and future plans video coming up very soon as all of my wool comes in. Stay tuned for that one. Okay, let's get into some finished objects. I am so excited about these ones. The first one I've got isn't a knit per se, but I did make it and it is for knitting and I'm so excited. I just get to show you. This is my Babylon leather bag that I have made. Oh, look at it. She's so beautiful. And I made this. I sewed this with my own 2 hands. I cannot believe it. Like, it looks so professional, if I do say so myself. I'm so stoked with it. It's perfection. I've had this done for a few days now and already it has been a lifesaver because I really needed a bag to put my wool and yarn in when I go out and about and I can like actually have somewhere to put it and like, you know, knit from because I was just using shopping bags and I mean, it's not the cutest aesthetic you've ever seen. So Babylon Leather reached out to me a few weeks ago and asked me if I wanted to make one of these. And I had been eyeing these off for so long because I saw them in some other knitters podcasts and I was like, oh, I need one of those. And can I just say, this is my favorite bag I've ever owned, ever. And I'm not just saying that, I genuinely mean it. If my soul was a bag, it would be this one. It would be this one in this exact color because I am obsessed with brown leather, everything brown leather. These guys just have so much to offer on their website. So I'll add in some B-roll because I feel like you need to watch me make this with my own 2 hands because it's almost unbelievable that you can make this and you can sew this. So the DIY kit includes pre-cut leather pieces with holes already pre-done in the leather, and it comes with the hardware accessories, the straps, the thread, and a toolkit. Like literally everything that you need to make the leather bag. So you don't need to buy anything else, which I think is just fantastic. And each bag comes with a detailed video tutorial. And if you need any help with the kit, they have online support and really quick responses. The leather is so high quality. They use top grain cowhide and full grain cowhide leather, and it just feels beautiful and so high quality. I haven't had any experience with sewing leather or any leather work at all, and it is super beginner friendly. Like anyone can pick this up and anyone can do it. You just follow along the video tutorial and they show you exactly what to do step by step, and it's super easy to follow and really easy to get started. I love this bag. I have been using it anytime that I go out with my projects inside of it, and I can put the balls of wool inside while I'm knitting out and about. And I love that it has a structured bottom as well because it just sits anywhere that I put it, like it doesn't flop over or anything. And it's just been an absolute game changer when I'm out and about and trying to knit. It's got heaps of room inside as well, so I can fit a whole sweater inside of it. I could probably even fit 2 sweaters inside of it if I wanted to. It's got a little inside pocket as well, which is fabulous, and it is just gorgeous, styled with absolutely any outfit. I adore this thing so much. And they don't just come in brown leather. They come in all different kinds of leather. It would also be a really good gift idea to give someone that's creative in your life, because they have all different size bags as well. I really want to get one for my socks. So if I don't have a sweater on the go, then I can just take a littler bag and put my socks in there, or like a smaller project, and then I can just knit out of that. I think that would be really cool too. So I'll probably end up getting another one of these. Thank you so much, Babylon Leather, for gifting me this stunning bag. And if you want to get yourself one of these beautiful bags, you can use the link below and use code LOVELYDAY10 to get 10% off. And that's on top of any discount they've already got in store. So if you're looking to get yourself one or a gift for a loved one, then make sure to use my code LOVELYDAY10 if you want to help support me as well. Thank you so much again, Babylon Leather. I really do appreciate it, and I am obsessed with this bag. It comes with me everywhere. Okay, on to some knitted finished objects. What I'm wearing is something I am so proud of. I love this thing. It has been my new favorite. I should tell you what it is. This is the Stitches sweater by Kika. I'll add some photos here as well, because it's a little bit tricky to try and show you that when I'm sitting down. But this has been my most favorite knit to date. Like, it is so comfortable, and this was my first colorwork sweater that I've ever done. I've actually did a vlog on it. If you missed that one, you can go check it out too. It's like a full vlog of me trying to learn colorwork. It was super fun. But this is, yeah, being my first colorwork sweater. I didn't know how it would go. I thought it might be a little bit tricky. I didn't know if I would actually like doing it. So I did it anyways, because I've been eyeing this sweater off for so long. She made like a vlog of it a few years ago, and I've been in love with it ever since. It's just stunning. But I think I did pretty well for my very first colorwork, and now I am officially a colorwork lover. This is so much fun to make. So I am a English style knitter, and every time that I tried continental style, it just wouldn't compute with my brain. Like, I just couldn't do it. Until I came to this sweater and I saw that people were holding their strand colorwork with one English style and one continental style. And so I gave it a bit of a go. And it actually worked so good. Throughout the project, I was trying English style for stranded and then holding them both English and continental. And I found that the English and continental style was A, much quicker, and B, so much easier. So much easier than just doing the two strands of English style. I was finding that it was really good to hold them in one in each hand, because the dominant color would always be underneath in my left hand. So I found that really easy when I was trying to do the English style, to remember to put the dominant colour underneath. I tended to forget to do that. So I found that the continental style and English style was the best solution that I found for this. So if you haven't given that a go, then definitely give it a go. Let me know if you've done colourwork before, what your preferred method is. I've seen people do it like bow strands on English and bow strands on continental, so I'm curious to see, like, what do you guys use and what do you say is easier? I absolutely love the fit of this. This is, I feel like I'm going to base all of my jumpers off this fit from now on, because this is, even with all of the bought jumpers that I've bought from shops in the past, this is by far my most favorite fit. It just fits so well. It fits so lovely. I had to go up a couple of needle sizes because I had a bit of a thing with my wool. I ended up using just one strand of DK. In the pattern it said you could use either DK or worsted weight yarn, and so I chose DK yarn. But the gauge, it took me 2.5 hours to get a gauge swatch, because I just couldn't hit gauge on my DK wool. And if I went up too many needle sizes, it was just getting really gappy and a bit see-through for my liking. So I really struggled getting gauge with this one. But I did find out actually later, when I was reading the pattern after I'd finished it and finished my vlog and everything, that she actually holds the DK with mohair. So that would make a lot more sense. And I probably would have been able to hit gauge. But it is what it is, and I'm happy with the end result. I ended up using a 5.5mm needle, I believe. Yes, so I ended up using a 5.5mm needle, which I think is like 2 sizes up from what she suggests. But I am happy with it in the end. I wanted a size medium, but because my gauge was still off, I ended up knitting a size large, which got me to the measurements of the medium size. So I was really glad about that, and it fits beautifully. I love the sleeves on this. It's so deep under the underarms. Oh, I think I'm losing my voice. Yeah, it's so deep under the underarms, which gives you so much room. It's just so lovely. And then, yeah, there's plenty of room in around the arms, but it cinches in here so you can do this, which I've been doing. I do that all the time. I didn't even realize I do that all the time. So I'm really glad that it does that. Not much, like I love the look of the bell sleeves when people have like bell sleeves, but I love doing this. So we're sticking with cinched in cuffs. And I timed this one too. I got this cool new app called Crochet Land, and it times and you can like add notes and things in, which is like been so awesome because I've been timing all of my knits just purely out of curiosity to see how long it would take. And I love making videos that like show you the growth of garments and things. I did one for this on Instagram and it was just so much fun to make and to see it grow. Oh, just so much fun. Anyways, I might include that here because it's fun to watch your garment grow and like actually see like the growth right next to each other, how long it takes to knit certain sections. And it's been great. So I've been timing all of my knits, which has been really fun. This one took 52 hours to knit. I figured out that one sleeve took me 3.5 hours and the other sleeve took me 7.5 hours. How? I really don't know how I ended up doing that. But I think I must have just been really tired doing the other sleeve. And when I get tired, my knitting slows down to like sloth speeds. So including like the wool and including the pattern, it cost me around $60 to make this one. So I think that's pretty good for a sweater. And for being my favorite sweater, it's pretty alright. I got all the wool from Spotlight, which is like a big box store with all crafty stuff in it here in Australia. And they've got really affordable wool that always goes on sale. So I only ever buy it when it's on sale. But if you've been eyeing off knitting this sweater or you looking at doing a stranded color work for the first time, then I highly recommend this one. Her instructions and her pattern are so easy to read, so easy to follow. She just has my favorite written pattern style. Like she's so clear and it's well written and it's so easy to follow along, and she's got charts and everything and they're just easy to follow along with. And yeah, I was just super impressed with all of that. So I think for a cheap sweater that was really easy to follow, I think it turned out really well. The only modification that I did make on this was the bottom hem. I started doing the twisted rib and I just didn't like it. I was like not feeling it for the bottom hem. I ended up ripping it back and doing a 2x2 rib, but I realized that I didn't like the twisted rib because I forgot to go down a needle size for it. So it was a really large twisted rib and I feel like that's why I didn't like it. But I went down a needle size for the collar and the sleeves and I really liked it on that. So I might even rip it back and do it again, but probably not because I'm a lazy knitter when it comes to that and I'm always looking at the next project to do. So we'll just stick with that for now. And I did make a major mistake in the middle. I had somehow dropped a stitch, didn't realize, kept going until I actually like finished the whole sweater, and I only found it, actually my husband found it when I was blocking it out on our washing line. I don't have any blocking mats, so I literally just blocked it, like stretched it out on our portable washing line. It worked, but it did block really weird on the sleeves where I pegged it. But it's fine now. It's all kind of dropped out and it works well. So if you don't have blocking mats and you're desperate, you can use that, I suppose. I live in a caravan and I don't have anywhere to lay down an entire sweater to dry out. And if I put it out on the deck, then the chickens get all over it because we don't have handrails. Well, actually, hubby is in the middle of doing handrails, so the chickens can't get on the deck. So I had to resort to what I could figure out, and that was my portable washing line, which worked out pretty well actually. I'm okay with it. Hubby found the drop stitch that I had missed when I was blocking it, and so I had to go back and try and fix that up. I literally just stitched it in and it looks horrible, but I tuck it in so much that you can't really tell because it's tucked in. So I'm just going with the flow. It is what it is. One day I might rip it back and do it again, but it's homemade and I can just say that it's very homemade because I made a massive mistake in the front. But 100% recommend. I love this thing and I've been wearing it so much lately. It's just been amazing. So on to my second finished object. I accidentally finished this one. I had no intention of finishing this at all, but I was waiting for yarn to come in for some of the test knits that I was doing and I had nothing to work on in between, and I was halfway through this one and I started knitting on it and then I finished it accidentally. So this is my Cumulus Tee by Petite Knit. and she looks very crinkly at the moment, so I'll add in some photos. But I am super happy with this one actually. Oh, it's also inside out. I'm a terrible podcaster, but I'm super happy with this one. It worked out so much nicer than I thought. I did do a size too small, I think. It's just a little bit tight around the arms. Fits really nicely around the body, I think. I probably could have, yeah, I definitely should have gone up a size. Even around the bust, it's a little bit tight if I wear the wrong bra with it. And around the sleeves is a little bit tight. So definitely could have gone up a size. My gauge was fine and everything, so maybe they just run a little bit smaller than most garments or patterns. I don't know. But yeah, it's just a little bit small. It's a little bit of a bummer, but I'm still going to wear it. And I did block it out and I tried to stretch it. So maybe it just needs a few more washes. Maybe it'll stretch out a little bit more. I don't know. I used some really, really cheap cashmere from Temu for this one. It was, I think I literally got it for free because I was ordering something else and they're like, oh, you can have a free item. And so I chose 6 balls of cashmere yarn. I mean, it is really soft. It's really soft and it's really nice to wear actually for paying nothing for the wool. So this essentially was free, which is amazing. I do actually really like the colour. I wasn't keen on it at first, but I do like the colour now. Probably wouldn't recommend the wool. So I'm not going to link it below because we don't recommend this wool. It started pilling like as I was knitting it. So do you want to deal with that? I don't think so. I don't want to deal with that. But I'm still going to wear it. But yeah, it's definitely pilling a lot. So that's fun. But I really like the construction of this garment. I think it's just really well constructed t-shirt. I like the I-cord edging around the v-neck and around the cuffs and the hem. I think that gives it a really nice, beautiful, polished kind of look. And the raglan seam came out really beautiful as well, so I was really happy with that. But it is knit up on really tiny needles, so it took a long time. And I was supposed to buy the Cumulus blouse and not the Cumulus Tee as well. So that was a bit of a mistake. I ended up buying the Cumulus Tee and knitting with that. So I'll have to do the Cumulus blouse as well. Someone actually said in the comments that I could just adapt the pattern to be the Cumulus blouse. So I might just do that. Saves me a couple of bucks. But it did take a really long time on such small needles. So I don't know if I'll be knitting this one again. Maybe I will because it was a mindless knit. There was just so much stocking nut stitch and it was just in the round, just stocking nut stitch. So it was a really nice knit to kind of just like switch off for a bit and just knit and watch some TV or something like that. I think it ended up taking like 2 or 3 months. No, I think about 3 months to get this one done from when I started, dabbled away in it, just knitting little bits at a time. So yeah, it was really fun. I do recommend this pattern. It was a little wordy for me. I got pretty confused. I get really confused with wordy patterns. Yeah, it was a little wordy for me, but still very well written. And a very popular design. Obviously, Petite Knit is like the most popular designer. And for good reason, because she does really, really beautiful work. And I really like this. I think I'm going to make her Cumulus blouse. I think that'll be really fun. Whew, losing my voice today. And my last finished object is my socks. These are the first pair of socks that I ever made and I am so happy with them. They look very well worn already because they have been very well worn. I have not even blocked these yet because every time that I get in bed I wear them and I wear them with my slippers all the time. I refuse to wear them in actual shoes because I don't want to get them wrecked already, but I love these and they were so much fun to knit. I wasn't sure what to expect and these are so much fun. But these are the I'm So Basic socks by Summer Lee Knits. I did a sock video a few weeks ago and I had so many fancy socks on there that I wanted to knit and my plans to knit those socks. There were some beautiful designs, but everyone in the comments below said if you're starting with socks, start with a basic pair of socks first and see how you go with that. And I am very grateful for all of those comments, so thank you so much for that. I did do my basic socks and it was a great introduction into sock knitting, and now I'm obsessed. I'm very obsessed. I used some hand-dyed yarn for this one. So this is from Skein Yarn and it was her crystal collection in the colour Rose Quartz. And so it comes with this micro strapping kind of colour here and then the mini skein of this beautiful kind of, it's like a yellowy brownie here, and they just turned out, they were so fun because it was just kind of striping as I went along, and I didn't have to change wool or anything to get that effect. I really loved it. So the only thing about the socks is that they fit not ideally. They're a little bit, I don't know, I think I just have to find out what kind of sock fits me best. I do have like really kind of narrow feet. Like I measured my foot and I did the size that she recommended, but the cuffs and like the top part seem to be pretty loose on me and keep kind of slipping down, which doesn't really bother me because it's whatever, it doesn't really bother me. But then around like the ankles, like around this part here from the heel to the ankle, it was tight. With wear, it has stretched out a bit, but I'm a little bit scared with blocking because if this is already loose and this is tight, I know this will probably fit a bit better, but is this going to be like super loose when I go to do it? Like it's already kind of loosening off there. So I don't know if that's going to block out a bit weirdly and they're not going to fit very well. So I'm just going to have to block it and see. I don't have sock blockers. So if you have any suggestions on how to block these without sock blockers, let me know in the comments. I would really appreciate that. Loved the socks. They've got the heel flapper gusset, which was so much fun. It was like magic watching the heels get shaped. It was absolute magic. I'm obsessed with these socks. I have not been able to stop looking at my feet when I wear them. I can't believe I made these. And yeah, so if you haven't given sock knitting a go, I highly recommend it. If I can do it, then you can definitely do it. And they're such a great portable project as well, which I'm really loving about these. Every time I get in the car and my husband's driving, I bring these and I was like knitting away on them. So much fun. But now I'm obsessed with sock knitting. So I feel like I'm always going to have a pair of socks on my needles, which brings us, great segue, into the whips. Because I did cast on another pair of socks. This is another Summerlee design. This is her Hibernal DK Socks, and I started on these ones because I had DK wool. I cast these off and I put them on. I looked next to me, there was a ball of DK wool that I had left over from another project, and so now I am starting my second pair of socks. So these are just absolutely stunning. I love the design of this, and the wool, this is 100% wool, which everyone warned me not to do because it wouldn't wear very well. But these are going to be my comfy bed socks, and I'm only going to wear them in bed. And I know they'll get destroyed, but it's basically like free wool because they were just leftovers. Now the pattern looks a little intimidating, like it looks like it's a bit complicated, but I promise you, this is the easiest mock cables to memorize. I put these down for a few days and then I picked them up last night just to do a couple of rounds, and I remembered how to do all 4 rows of the cables. The mock cables are just so easy to memorize and easy to do, so they're great just to pick up and do a few rows of, and it's really easy to track where you're up to as well. So these I highly recommend already, and I haven't even finished. So that's when you know it's a good knit, when you recommend it before you even finished it. I'll add some more detailed photos here. I took a few photos of more up close. But yeah, it's just beautiful and so much fun to knit, and they're knitting up so quickly because they're on the DK weight. Yeah, they're just knitting up really quickly, and I'm really enjoying this pattern and this design, so I can't wait for these to be done. It's literally, oh, it's leftover wool from the Stitches sweater, and it was like $4.50 or $5, I think. It's just the merino wool, super cheap. So she recommended doing a 3.25mm needle, but I only had a 3mm needle, so I went up to a size large, so hopefully they fit. I'm not too sure. I'm sure they'll stretch out. If not, someone else will be getting a pair of socks. Okay, my second whip I'm very upset about because I am absolutely loving knitting it. It's been so much fun, but the issue is that I don't think I'm going to have enough wool to finish it. And I'll show you where I'm up to. I'm only up to this. So this would have been the Loddon Sweater by the Knit Pearl Girl. And it's just, I love the design of it. The deep narrow neck on the front is just gorgeous. So I was loving the design of it. I was knitting it up and I was absolutely loving this knit so much. It was just so much fun. I've got it on a cable thing, but it's not showing up very well. But I've gotten to here and I know I'm not going to have enough wool. I'm not going to have anywhere near enough wool. And the reason I can't order more wool, well, they probably could, but I got this from Temu. I think I got it for a few dollars on a massive clearance, and I was like, I'll give it a go. It's like a no brand alpaca wool, and it's really, it's nice. It's like a DK wool, and it was knitting up really well with this, but I've already gone through one whole ball, oh no, nearly 2 whole balls just for this section, and I only had 5 balls of this wool. Now I can order more, but I have done that with Temu before, and the dye lots differences are insanely different, like nowhere near the color that I'd ordered. So I don't know. This gauge is very tight, like it's very dense fabric, so I'm thinking I could probably go up a few needle sizes and it still be okay, because this is very dense fabric, like very dense. So I feel like I could probably go up a few needle sizes and maybe see if I can get away with that, like start again and see if I can stretch out 5 balls, do it a bit cropped, maybe even the sleeves a bit cropped, see if I can get it out, because this is such a fun knit. Or I just buy other wool for it. I think I will have some leftover of some lace weight that I'm doing another project on, that I might grab a fingering weight to go with. And the pattern was so well written and easy to follow, and I love it when patterns like that. I was just having a blast, and I'm so upset because I know like 100% I will not have enough wool. I'll probably get halfway and that's it. I don't know what I was thinking. I did, like, they had the meterage on here, and so I calculated the meterage of how much the pattern said you needed and versus how much this said, and it said that I would have more than enough with just this wool. But obviously I'm feeling like this wool, I think the meterage is just very wrong on this, very wrong. I had 500 grams and it's not going to go anywhere with that. So that one I'm really upset about, but I will make a Loddon sweater. I will. And hopefully this winter. I'm hoping that's the plan. After I get my test knits out of the way, then I can focus on the Loddon sweater. But speaking of test knits, so the next whip I am the most excited about. Oh, I'm so excited about this one because it's a test knit, and I never thought that I would actually get accepted into a test knit, but this month I've got accepted into 2 test knits. I can't believe it. It's just insane because I've applied for test knitting before in the past, only this year, and I haven't heard back from anyone. But when I heard back from these guys, I couldn't believe it. I feel very privileged, and I want to make sure I get everything perfect for this one. So yes, anyways, so the first test knit that I'm doing, I haven't started on the other test knit because the wool hasn't come yet. So we'll see that in the next podcast probably. When the wool comes finally. It's been like 2 weeks and it still hasn't arrived. It is from overseas, so it does take a little bit longer, but still I might have to chase that up because I need to get started on it. But the first test knit that I'm doing is the Freyr Sweater by Knitting Traditions, and here is where we're at. Oh, she's looking so beautiful. I love this pattern so much. When I saw it online, I was like, oh my goodness, I have to apply for that test knit because I want to knit that so bad. But the only thing is, not with the pattern, with the wool, it's supposed to be beige. Online, this wool looked beige. It looked very beige. And when it came, it was very pink. It's like this pinky purpley color. And I feel like the universe is telling me that I need to start wearing pink because I've accidentally now knitted my 3rd pink sweater this year and I've never worn pink before. So it must just be the universe telling me that I need to wear pink. But I didn't want to wait to like faff around with getting more. I ordered 3 balls of this from one website because I was going to hold it with my beige mohair that I bought from Drops. And I did try to knit them together because I was a little bit desperate. I really wanted to get started, but they looked horrible together. I went back online to see if I could order 3 more balls of this. They were out of stock, and so I tried heaps of different Australian stores. I finally found one that had some in stock, so I ordered 3 of those. This is the Isaga? I don't know how to pronounce that. Alpaca one. It's 100% alpaca wool, and it is really, really nice wool. I actually do really like the color, and I'm glad that it came pink in the end. It's a really, really nice color. But this wool is quite nice. It's a lace weight, and I'm holding it double for this project. It's an interesting textured yarn. I haven't felt anything kind of like this before. It's kind of rough but soft at the same time. I'm having a hard time trying to like explain what it feels like held double. It's yeah, it's rough but soft. Go figure. So I don't know if I would knit this held double again. I would definitely do this held with a mohair in the future, because I think with that little bit of extra fluff it might give it a bit more softness, and then it would turn out really lovely. But I'm so happy with the way this is turning out. It's gorgeous. This yarn doesn't showcase the cables as well as I would like it to, so that's one thing that I'm hoping with blocking it'll kind of like relax the stitches a bit and like kind of open them up to see if they stand out a bit more after blocking, because at the moment they're more of a subtle cable. They're very, very subtle. So I'll show you the cables here. So they're coming up really, really lovely, but yeah, they're just a little bit more subtle. I'm seeing some of the other test knitters versions and their cables, they stand out a lot more. So I'm hoping that blocking kind of like flattens them out and makes them stand out a bit more, but the pattern is so well written already. It's only the test knit version and it is so professional. One of the best written patterns that I've read. It just explains everything so well. She's got video tutorials on like all the different techniques and things. It's just fantastic. So highly recommend already. I'm not even done and I highly recommend knitting this one. This is just such a fun knit. I am enjoying it immensely. It has been so much fun to knit up. Yeah, with a well-written pattern, I think it just makes the world of difference. One of my favorite things is that there is cables that run down from underneath the underarms as well. So there's like 3 cables that run down the sides of your body, and I love that detail so much. And then it'll end with the cables down the bottom as well. So I'll insert her photo here so that you can get a better idea of what this will actually look like. It is customizable too, so she's got 3 different neck versions. You can do a turtleneck, a mock neck, or a crew neck. So I've chosen to go with the crew neck because that's my preferred style. I don't like things up my neck. And then she's got like, you can have straight cuffs or cinch cuffs. I'm gonna go with the cinch cuffs because that's my preferred as well. And then you can have a tapered body or a straight body, and I'm going with the straight body for this one. But you could also like totally make this into a tee as well. Like it's versatile, and I love that she's got the different options. It's just very well thought out, beautifully written, and the cables are so much fun. So much fun. I adore doing this. It's stocking knit in the round, but I just love that you're doing stocking knit, but then the cables kind of split it up a little bit, so it's like that little bit more interesting, but you can still, it's kind of still like a TV knit. I am actually doing a full vlog on this one as well, so when the pattern releases, I will release that vlog, so stay tuned for that. My next whip is probably my most favorite color ever, and so soft. The softest wool I have ever felt. This is gonna be the Camille Sweater by Colibri by Johanna. Oh my goodness, it's fun. I love this color so much. This is the Oh So Fine. I'll show you this. This is skein wool. It's her Oh So Fine collection. It's a lace wool. I was gonna hold it double, but I didn't think that I would have quite enough, so I'm actually just holding it single, and so far it is like a cloud. It is actually like a cloud. It is just so soft and beautiful, and I just love it. And the color is stunning. This is in the colorway Petrol, and it's just gorgeous. I love the color, and I love the soft feel of this. It's fitting really nicely too. So this pattern is really lovely. It's I'll add a photo here so you get the gist of what it's going to look like. But it kind of like cuts across like a deep V, almost like a wrap, but I think you sew it in on the side. It looks like it could go really nice over dresses or with some jeans or something like that. With the lace weight held single, I think this is going to be beautiful for like spring and autumn. I can say that the pattern doesn't hold your hand as you're going through it. It is, I probably wouldn't say it's a beginner pattern. I've read a fair few patterns now, but this one was probably the most challenging pattern to kind of get my head around. It doesn't hold your hand, I will say that. If you're an experienced knitter or you've read heaps of patterns before, then 100% like you'll get this. I did make many mistakes. This was my first pattern that I was reading in this type of style, where it didn't write out everything out like step by step. I'm a bit of a baby knitter still, so I struggled a little bit with the pattern. It's honestly probably just me because I haven't read that many patterns before. I didn't enjoy the knitting experience probably for the first 10 hours. I was very much just confused half the time and just in my own head like, what am I doing wrong? But anyways, it's working out really well. After I split for sleeves, it was making a lot more sense in my head. I was like, okay, I know where we're up to. I know what's going on. There is a lot of purl rows in this. So if you don't like purl knitting, it's worth it. Give it a go anyways. And onto my last whip, which I really isn't classified as a whip because I still haven't done anything on it. This is the Nigrum Cardigan by Refined Knitwear, and if you see my last podcast, you can see that I made zero progress because I've only got the neckline done. I needed some help from my mum to read the pattern because it was very confusing and I didn't know what to do with like 4 of the stitches, so I kind of just put it aside and was going to get mum to help me read it, and I haven't done that because all my other whips that I've been on. So this one has kind of been thrown in the back of my cupboard and I haven't really thought about it, honestly. So I will get to that eventually, but it's still a neckband, so I don't know if that can be classified as a whip. No progress on that one. I'm pretty sure that's all my whips. So onto acquisitions. I do have a few acquisitions, even though they're not yarn related, they're very knitting related. I'm going to do all my yarn haul and stuff in a future video, so stay tuned for that one. But I do have some acquisitions that I have got that are knitting related, so I thought I would share them here. I really needed a yarn winder, like very badly, because I wound out lace weight yarn and it took me an hour and a half per skein. It was ridiculous. And I was looking on Etsy and I loved these wooden yarn winders and the spinny thing that goes with it. I can't think of what it's called. Spindle? I don't know, something like that. And I was obsessed with them. I really wanted a wood one and I was like, should I just treat myself and get a wood one? And I ended up getting a $10 one. I got the cheapest wool winder you could possibly find. I got it literally from $10. I can't remember where I got it from. Maybe AliExpress online. But it works. I've used it a few times. I wound up these balls and it works really well. I think it does like 50 grams. So this was like a sock yarn that I got, and it came in like 100 gram skein, and yeah, I did it in half. So it like wound up like 50 grams worth of sock yarn. So I thought that was pretty good for like a $10, for a $10 winder. So it does its job. One day I will get my wooden set, but that was not the day. I would rather spend that money on wool, honestly. So yes, I've tested it out and it works really well. I'll see where I got it from and add it down below. I'm pretty sure it was AliExpress and I got it for like 70 or 80% off. I'll add it down below. So far so good. You can pop it onto some benches and things. It does the job, and it was $10, so I can spend more money on wool. My second acquisition was my shorty needles, and these were also from Temu. I need to stop spending my money at Temu, but I like to buy cheap things to start with and like wear the heck out of them, because I never know if like I spend like $200 on needles and then like I don't like them, or if I don't like knitting with those particular style needles or something. So I'd rather just like get cheap ones, see if I really like them, and then invest later on. So these are my shorty needles that I got. These are interchangeable short needles from Temu. They come in like a little case and they are actually awesome. I've been using these for sleeves because I hate DPNs, I hate magic loop, so I'm a circular girly all the way, and these have been fabulous. So I will actually link them down below. I haven't had really any issues with them coming loose either, which is fantastic. I've used them quite a bit actually. These were 20 bucks. I think I got them for 20 bucks. So that was amazing. Great investment for not much money. I really do like them. I've got no complaints so far. Some of the color is like scratching off, but I mean, at $20, you can't go wrong. I'm definitely a circular needle girly. I do not like DPNs. I do not like magic loop. Which brings me to my next acquisition, which is some knitting needles. They say it's Knit Pro. I got these from Temu too. I'm pretty sure they were a rip-off. But these are sock needles as well. I got 2.5 millimeters and 2.25 millimeters. And yeah, I didn't want to use DPNs because yeah, I just really don't enjoy DPNs and I don't enjoy doing magic loop. These are my 2.25, and the thing that I like about these, oh, cover my face, is that one is shorter than the other, and it just makes such a nice knitting experience on such small needles. So this needle is much smaller than the other needle, and so you get that nice feel of knitting with long needles on your left hand, but you can still knit really small circumferences. So I do actually highly recommend getting some circular needles if you haven't already tried. I have heard people's hands cramp a lot with circular needles, but I find I haven't had any hand cramping issues at all with these, and they have been just fantastic. I absolutely love them. So I'll link them down below. I also got, because these were like a few dollars, these DPN kind of ones, because these were like $10 each, I think, where these were like, I got like a whole pack for, I don't know, a few dollars. These are like DPNs, but they got the little cord in the middle, and I hate DPNs so much, but these have actually been awesome. I've been using them for my Hibernal socks, and these are so much nicer than straight DPNs to work with. They are just more flexible, and I find them a lot more comfortable to work with and a lot less fiddly to work with as well. You've only got 2 needles in there to work with, and then a third needle pops on in. So yeah, these were a great steal. I got them for a few bucks, and yeah, they've been awesome. I didn't know if I would actually use them or not, but I didn't have the 3 millimeters for the Hibernal socks, so I had to end up resorting to those, and I actually really like working with them. They are great, and they're the only DPNs that I will use. And I thought I would just give a little review. I showed these in my very first vlog of my Stitch a Sweater, but these are the Temu needles that I also got, and I had a few questions about them. So I thought I'd just give like a tiny review on them. They are really, really good. I have been loving them heaps. The only thing that I will say about them, I will say 2 things about them. One is that they do unscrew a lot. So if that annoys you, especially with the lace weight, trying to get lace weight out of unscrewed needles is just so frustrating. So they do unscrew a lot. That is what I will say. And the second thing is that the tips of the needles, the beautiful little pattern that's there, that has definitely scratched off a lot. So most of the tips that I've used, or like the needles that I've used, the tips have just silver now, which I'm not mad about because I think I paid like $40 for these, or $30, something like that. But other than that, these have actually been really, really good. The bag has also been fabulous. I've fit this in my bag, and it matches my Babylon leather bag. Oh, that's exciting. I just realized that. But yeah, the bag is really lovely as well, and it hasn't shown any signs of wear. So yeah, I'm actually really impressed with these for just a cheap alternative for needles. If you don't want to spend hundreds of dollars on needles and you just want some cheap ones, I would recommend these ones. They are good, but if you are like me and get frustrated with unscrewing all the time, then probably not the best ones for you. I am at that point where I'm like, maybe I should invest in some really good ones. I will make sure to link everything below that I've talked about today, all the patterns and everything and all the acquisitions. Check the links below, they will be there. And that is all we have for today. So thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. If you're looking for some more knitting inspiration or vlogs and podcasts, make sure to hit that subscribe button. And if you want to see some of my projects in real time, then you can follow me over on Instagram. I'd love to have you over there. Thank you so much again for watching, and I hope you have a lovely day.